This is Jane Case, our honored guest today. It's hard to believe, that it's been 80 years, but we thought this would be fitting today to do this because the Code Girls actually had a very big part in helping us win the war. Thank you, Jane. The Code Girls, and I'm going to refer, to Jane and Leona, they were trailblazers for all of us, especially women, that wanted to serve in the military after World War II. I served during the Vietnam era, and I got to admit that I knew very little about the Code Girls, and it's understandably that I didn't, because everything they did was top secret. And they were looking for women that, were good in mathematics, that were good in different languages, and they served as what we call Code Girls, but they were also code breakers, code makers, and I'm sure there are other names that they had for you too, but we don't know them yet. With Jane and Leona and all the Code Girls, the things that they did that we don't really know about every day provided the Allied forces to sink enemy ships, gun down planes. They gunned down the plane of the architect of Pearl Harbor, and they even helped orchestrate the invasion of Normandy. And due to the sensitivity of their nature of their work, they were told never to talk about it because there would be severe consequences if they did. And they had a famous saying, which I think we still say it today in the Navy: loose lips sink ships. I have a special presentation for Jane. This is from the Library of Congress Veterans History Project, Certificate of Appreciation to Jane Case, United States Navy WWII, for her service to and support of the nation as a World War II Code Girl.
You served in a time of war, and you truly set the stage for future generations of cryptologists to serve behind you. And that's what they call us now, as cryptologists, right? You're a code girl. They've taught cryptanalysis, many other words that they, I'm sure, have called us as well. But cryptologist is the one that we go by now. Without you, I would not have been able to serve 29 years of service in the Navy as a cryptologist. I know that when you served, it was for a matter of 2 years, and after your time was done, they said, oh, okay, go away. That no longer happens. They value the service that we as women give to the Navy and to our nation, and it's all thanks to you, so thank you so very much. I have the pleasure, and Alyssa has the pleasure, of recognizing you as an honorary enlisted information warfare specialist. Chief Saznet is going to present you with a plaque that has the enlisted information warfare specialist insignia, which is the one I wear here, closest to my heart. The President of the United States receives the information they need to make the right decisions on behalf of the safety of our country. So thank you so much for being that forefront for us.
You definitely paved the way for all of us, for generations to come. Your service is incredible, and we just honor you. We're just so happy to be here today to let the rest of the world know what wonderful women that we had served in World War II. You didn't have to serve. You weren't drafted. You wanted to serve. And there's a big difference there. So thank you for that.
I was in the service 2 years. And at the end of the war, I got out. I got married and had my family. One of them is right here. Oh, I will not tell anybody. I never have. It drives my kids crazy because they'd like to know. But, you take an oath and you're told you should never, as long as you lived, not say anything. And that period, that's it. That's not very important or hard to do. You just don't. And I'm sorry that some people have, but I learned something interesting though from that Code Girl, that one of the reasons that I was able to get into it was that because I was in a music school, and they were taking people that were from the music. And I didn't know that until Code Girl one came out. Ever since I was a little girl, this country is everything to me. And it just has. And that's it. I never thought about it. You know, you just do. I waited till I was 20 because you couldn't go in until you were, and I couldn't wait to do it. And as soon as I could, I did. And didn't know how it was going to end with what I did, but there are so many of us that have done this work. It's, 50,000 maybe, and that's all. People, and most of them have been very good about not saying anything.